Is this frequency open? Is this frequency open? CQ, 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 WX0, MIK, Whiskey X-ray 0, Mike India Kilo. CQ, 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 WX0, MIK. Hello and welcome to the next edition, or the part 2 of the final edition of the Mike Wills podcast, Dog Days of Podcasting Special Edition. So today we are actually putting the antenna up on the roof, and I've been getting things prepared here to do some videos. So first of all, here is my view. You can kind of see it behind me. So I'm actually on the roof, and this is my view. The antenna I am trying to use, I don't know if we can even zoom in that far. Oh yeah. So it's got to be right out, you can see my enormous finger. Zoom out again. Right out about that way somewhere. So I have, maybe not a quote, a perfect view. I have a pretty dang good view. If we zoom down here, I forgot what you call it in the movies, but we're just rotating down the roof here. You can see a pretty decent view of Mankato. And since I got the zoom here, no, I'm not seeing it. So I think it's really out over there, but it is pretty close. Today is to put this up on the roof. So standard, I think it's a GE, I don't remember, brand. I got from Menards, just a standard tripod mount for TV antennas or whatever. And then the first plan is to get this stuff mounted up here and screwed in so it doesn't fall apart. This here is good, so we're going to just trim those up and otherwise call it good, and then tape it on there so there's no stress on there. Tape this up so it doesn't, well, because there's a big hole there, then avoid the water. And that's it. Tricky part today will be trying to get it actually mounted in. I'm hoping to hit trusses on that. I don't know if I will. Otherwise I'll have to construct some what do you call it, some spacers in there so I have something to mount to. And I have extra wood laying around, so I'm not overly worried about that. But I did want to make sure it's secure. And we're talking quite a bit. Which this camera would allow me to flip back and forth between different views. So, I mean, it's pretty high, but the wind, there's not much surface area for the wind to grab a hold of. So I'm really hoping that it works ultimately. And it's got the plastic PVC here, so this plastic PVC here. So hopefully, if anything breaks, it's the PVC, and then we just go buy a new replacement. So that's the plan. I'll record as I go along, and hopefully this time I keep it horizontal. Because yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with the vertical video, but I did vertical video. Well, let's get her started. My pole now, so I got solid pipe down, or not solid, but it's a really heavy duty pipe down here, and then it ends, I don't know, about here. So this is all screwed in. I don't know if you need 3. I like to think it's additional structural help with preventing wobble, but you never know. And it goes all the way up to there. Probably all in total about 8 feet in length. And then we'll use these pipe clamps to clamp it on there tightly. Now up here on my attic, and I am marking where I need to put some stringers, I think they're called, between the two joists or rafters. So I got some strings. So I don't know if you can see here, but we got one bolt sticking out here, and then there's another one kind of sticking out there. And then I'm using this one for the third leg. So really got to put one here and there. 24 inch on center, so I cut it 22.5 inches long. So I got mark these so I can take out the bolts, put my stringers up, and then I have to come back in here. I started leveling this off, and I thought, well, maybe this shouldn't be too bad, but I realized that I'm trying to level off 3 legs. So I put the pipe back in here, and I hooked the level up to it, and then I found a happy spot for it. I drilled into here, so this is one of the trusses I pointed out here that goes all the way down, and then I drilled a hole in here and here so I could find my other 2 spots. So that is where we are at here. At this point, I'm going to go inside again, and I am going to put in those stringers, and I'm already tired. What you do for your hobby, right? And then come back up here and we'll bolt it the rest of the way down. This, in the process of throwing up, fell all apart on me. So I think I'm going to take some electrical tape, and I'm just going to wind each round by itself, and then hoping that will keep things together better ultimately. Because as I understand, it's supposed to be side by side, not all in a bunch like this. So we'll make that pretty. I got to tighten up some cable down here because it's still pretty loose. I got to pull a bunch of cable through. I'm going to measure it so I know what I need for when I get some LMR 400. And then, we'll just give you a view here. So this is the temporary installation until I can get the rest of the cables and stuff that will make it better. But at least for now, this will give me this will at least get me better than what I had before. I guess this is really the ultimate plan. So, see you in the next step. There. She's in there. Now, okay, we have that mounted. We have that in. Level enough for who it's for. I'm not going to get perfectly level, I don't think. I think that's where if you had guy wires or something like that, if you're going up higher, you can really get nice and straight. But I think for what we need here, for our purposes, it's going to be pretty good. So I think all we need to do yet is bring the antenna up, get that sucker up there, hook up the antenna wire after I fix that balun, and debate if I want to try and run that through underneath. So next clip we will I'll show you what I did. Okay, before I put all the what I call the black goop on, or black shit on, you can call it whatever you want, technically roof cement I suppose, but so here's my 3 corners. They're all secured down. I use 3 bolts each. The base is pretty damn solid. I gotta tighten up those yet, and I'm gonna rotate this just a little bit. Other than that, base antenna is 6.5 feet up in the air, and then 58 inches up above that. Those are cable ties holding it on. And then I got my ugly balun right here. I kind of tied it in there. It's really ugly. And then cord runs all the way down there. So from there down to there is about 30 feet. I go through there and into my office, about the same distance. So when I get the upgrade cable, that's the path I'm taking, is down into there. And I'm going to also research the ugly balun to make sure it's not quite so ugly. Because I think if I come in through here, it's not really going to damage too much in the way of getting it in there, and then it shouldn't move too much when it's windy, so being so low profile. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I'm going to put the black crap on, and then I'm going to go get my wrench to rotate it a little bit, just so it's sticking out more towards straight this way. Just a little less profile as you come in is all I'm looking at there. So, and then we'll try it downstairs. Okay, one last look before we go up. So you see I just turned it east-west so that it you come in from the angle, it's not quite so visible. Okay, so we are back in my office. I got programmed in 146000, which should be right about dead center of the 2 meter band. And then 435000 should be right about dead center of the 70 centimeter band. So 146, let's give her a shot. So 111. Oh, 1.08. So about 1.11. That is awesome. So let's switch to 435. Let's do the same. .32. I can live with that. 1.3 is just out of the range, but out of what's comfort range, I suppose. But I think that will actually, no, I think it's even higher than that. So I think we're okay. So let's key up our repeater once.
Channel mode.
Let's get you down here. Okay, Mankato 240. That is our most standard one. Let's just key this real quick. Oops, wrong button. .111. Okay, so that wraps up. The antenna is now on the roof. And it might be a little hard to see here. Hopefully you can kind of focus on that a little bit. It doesn't look too bad up there. And, you know, if you aren't looking from it from an angle, you probably won't even see it. In fact, let's scoot over here today. So, let's call that done. And this concludes the Dog Days of Podcasting section. So an extra day, not too bad. Like I said, I want to get it up on the roof. That was kind of my goal for this summer. And I figure, you know what, with Dog Days of Podcasting, might as well throw it up. This might start off a YouTube career. Probably not. I kind of got more of a face to radio, I think. But, you know, you decide that. Yeah, that's should work. So, I think that is all I have for today. So, I really enjoyed Dog Days Podcasting, and I really enjoyed the Dog Days of Podcasting, and I plan on doing it again next year. Like I said, next year might actually be more work, but I'm thinking teach you some CW. I think that would be appropriate for the next round. Plus, I can learn with you. So, until then, oh, and by the way, I do have a normal podcast about once a week, plus or minus like every 2 weeks. So anywhere from a week to 3 weeks apart they are. It's kind of whenever I feel like popping on the recorder and just record something. If I do more videos, I will probably have to start doing those a little more regularly. And then those you'd find mostly up on my YouTube channel, which I'll provide a link in the show notes. Otherwise than that, I really appreciated everyone listening and paying attention, and I really enjoyed everyone else's. So if I remembered every single person's sign off, I would repeat that. But until then, this is WX0 MIK, and hopefully the frequencies are actually solid now. The frequency is clear. WX0 MIK 73.